Hello Libra, welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that Wheel of Fortune. Third time that the Wheel of Fortune has come up in the readings that I filmed today. So it's a very auspicious week for the collective. Okay, I think your luck is changing. I think this week it's going to feel as if all the stoplights are turning green for you. Yeah, this is a card of expansion. It's Jupiter energy. It's kind of like you're being showered with good luck. There is fortune coming your way. Okay, in anything that you do, any efforts you exert this week, I think you need to have an element of trust, trusting the universe that it's going to be okay, right? It's almost as if you're sort of taking yourself out of it and you're just saying, Spirit's going to do this and it's going to work, right? We need a little faith, hope, and trust. Yeah. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. This is so very, very good. This is the jackpot energy, right? Let's see what else we have. Oh, we've got the universe card. Okay. We have a 7 of Pentacles. We have the art, also called Temperance. A 7. See now this is not having faith, hope, and trust, right? This is we're getting a little discouraged with these two. But we see that the universe is providing us with the resources that we need. And we've got to be strong. Look at that, 9 of Wands. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments down below. Yeah. Okay, finishing up here. We've got a 10 of Wands. 9 of Cups. Oh, goodness. We've got the Prince of Pentacles and a Princess of Wands. I like this. I like this very, very much. What are you doing this week? What are you up to this week, Libra? Well, I think that you're going to be realizing this jackpot. I think that you've been waiting a long time for some sort of sign from the universe that things were going to work out. I think you're going to be getting a very big confirmation. To me, it feels like this is what you've been waiting for. The World card, or universe, is usually a card about waiting. It's a card that says, things are taking too long, you know. Maybe this is something where you can't rush a good thing, you know. The jackpot energy is manifesting in your life. That's what's taking place right now, is that you're realizing that Spirit is putting all the people, places, and things in your path that you need right now, okay? We're being asked to have some faith and some trust and to not overthink things and not sabotage ourselves by overthinking, right? In this configuration of energy, when we've got the 7 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles, what this tells me is that when we're sort of mentally too present in something, we have too many minds, and we end up making mistakes. We end up not seeing the abundance. We end up not taking advantage of opportunities. We end up making these little blunders, fumbles, things like that, right? Anybody who's ever done any kind of sport or any kind of, even musicians, like whatever, and I think all of you have had an experience like that, where as long as your personal consciousness sort of stays out of it, everything flows smoothly. But once we start thinking about what we're doing and worrying about it, and being conscious of everything, self-conscious, and that's when we start to sort of make those mistakes, you know. So I think Spirit's saying whatever you're up to this week, stay in the flow. Don't be too present. Right? And I know that sounds funny to say, right? You don't want to be present. No, it just kind of means like when you do something and like a big sort of challenge, whether it's a musical thing or a sport thing, and honestly, sometimes I get that feeling when I'm doing these tarot readings, that we're just so in the zone that when it's over, we don't really remember any of it. That's a very good thing. That shows that we are purely in this spiritual realm. Right? That our human mind is absorbed into the sort of spiritual mind and is not interfering with the process. Okay? And that really takes a lot of trust, not only in Spirit, but in our own capabilities, our own capacities, our own skill. So this is going to be a very good week for you. Right? This is a week where what you've been waiting for will finally arrive. Okay? And it's going to be big. I think it really is going to energize you, for one thing. I don't know what exactly it is. Maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe this is just the arrival of some people, places, or things that you've been waiting for. But I think that you've been waiting a long time for this big win, and now here it is. And now let's select our mystery card before I forget. Bonus card, confirmation card, a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to just set it down over here with Bubo, our mechanical owl, right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. But if you want to help me predict that card, go ahead and put something down in the comments. Okay? We can do it together. We can make it a group exercise. Yeah. All right. Let's look around the room. We've got a weird cluster of major arcana. The spiritual energy is clustered right here. And this is what it is all about. The rest of it, we've got our fire. We've got our water. Well, actually, fire here. Ooh, interesting the way the fire is here. Look at that. Yeah, this is kind of a strange-looking triangle of fire, right? And we've got our water, we've got our air, we've got our earth. Okay. And as far as the major arcana energies go, this is pretty interesting. That the Art or Temperance card is the pressure cooker. So this is telling me that you've been working on something for a long time. You've been trying different strategies. You've been approaching it in different ways. You haven't given up. Something that you've continued to endure. And I think because you've got that commitment. You've got the willpower, to do it. I think that your vital energy is wearing a little thin, though. Okay. So you're here enduring this difficult situation, trying to keep the faith, trying to stay committed, trying to stay in it, trying to continue fighting and struggling, But I think that something better happen quick. Right? Because you don't know how much more of this you can take. The good news is the situation's wrapping up. You're getting everything that you need here. And it really is because of your commitment, because of your willpower, that this is going to work. Okay? And in some ways, it's kind of Spirit's way of saying that, if you put in all of your effort, if you trust, if you have faith, Spirit will match you. Okay? And to me, it really feels like you're going to be in that zone where you may not even really remember. I'm trying to think of a good example for this. But the best thing that you can do is try not to be self-aware in that moment. When you're doing, if you're a musician or you're in sports or something, you don't want to be self-conscious. You don't want to be aware. You want to have all of your conscious energy in that zone, in that flow, right? It could be with the Art or Temperance card, too, that in the past you have tried too many different things. Too many cooks in the kitchen. You've tried too many, almost like you've added too much ingredients to the soup. Yeah. Maybe the idea is keeping it simple. We don't want to complicate things, which is what we might see with our 7 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles. So this is trying to be creative, trying to be assertive, trying to get your will, accomplished, but trying to maintain a balance. It could be a balance in terms of cooperation, or other people involved, or everybody sort of has their agenda too. We're seeing how we can all mix together in this soup. So you might be in a situation where there are some personalities clashing, or not so much clashing, but trying to accept the fact that you've got to make room for other people too, But I'm feeling with this card that we've endured this for a long time, and it has its own benefits. Being inside the pressure cooker, it fortifies you, it refines you, it cooks you, right? And cooking is an alchemical process. It is turning something into something else, right? It is transmuting you. I think that this is a situation through which you're establishing such tremendous willpower. Anything else you do in life is going to seem like a piece of cake after this, But I think this is your past energy. I think what's going on this week is you're getting the confirmation. I think that everything is materializing. I think everything that you've been waiting for is manifesting for you. I think you're going to get all green lights. The road is going to be wide open for you. I feel like things are going to get a lot easier for you. Don't complicate them unnecessarily. Okay? Stay fast to your purpose, stay committed, and stay out of it, right? The Seven of Swords especially, this is someone that is maybe prone to overthinking. Yeah. And maybe the idea that, I need to pay attention to what my hands are doing. I need to pay attention to what my body's doing and where I'm putting things and how I'm doing it, and be very, our mind can only, or our consciousness, our ego, can only process a very limited, bandwidth, or a very limited bit rate of information. But our nervous system itself, our body and all that stuff, can process so much more. It's kind of saying, just trust your body, trust the flow of energy. Don't try to notice everything, or pay attention to everything, or be consciously, willfully involved in every little movement. Okay? Spirit's telling you this week, stay out of it. Right? Keep your ego out of things, because the more we try to think about things or figure everything out, the more we are sort of creating problems where there aren't any. We're starting to create other opportunities or other options, right, where there really aren't any. And then I think we have this Seven of Pentacles. These two go hand in hand, right? We start to feel lost. We start to feel that things are not becoming more clear. Things are becoming darker. All this thinking, all this conscious involvement is not leading me to any kind of revelation or any kind of gnosis or any kind of progress. In fact, it's doing the opposite. Okay. I think you're somebody that you're sort of used to people criticizing you, because you have this ability, you have this art or temperance card. The major arcana generally, I think, is confirming this for me, that you're somebody that thinks outside the box. You're somebody that loves to experiment, right? You love to do things that challenge yourself, that challenge even other people, that challenge the norm. Yeah. And so with the Seven of Swords, I think it's a lot of people that don't really understand that. You may feel that you've been kind of misjudged in the past. I don't think you mind. Because I think you sort of smile when people misjudge you. Yeah, because it reveals something about them, not about you. Right? And then when you have this success, when you get this big jackpot, this Wheel of Fortune is really a big deal. Okay? Because I think that you've been sort of at the bottom of the wheel, between the rubber and the road. And Spirit's saying that the road to the top now is going to feel like an elevator ride. You've been climbing, right, arduously for a long time. I don't know how long. Spirit's finally sending the elevator for you. Okay? And I think that is success. That is the reward in itself, because, all the naysayers are going to be silenced, right? And, it doesn't, it's not something that you're doing just to prove to others that you can. I think that this is really, it's part of your purpose in life. And that's why with the Nine of Wands, we've got that connection with the lunar energy at the bottom. Sun and moon connected. It's you knowing who you are. Your conscious mind has this connection with your unconscious mind. Your higher self, lower self, let's say, is very connected. You have a strong psychic energy around you. You're very connected with the spirit realm, and that gives you strength. It is the connection of sun and moon that is what provides strength. It's you being consciously connected with your sense of destiny, with your purpose, and I think with your spirit guides and guardian angels, ancestors. That's what gives us strength. That's what gives you and has given you the strength and the commitment, the resolve, the tenacity, the perseverance to endure that pressure cooker for as long as you did. An average person would have quit a long time ago. You're not average, right? And so you have endured until the end, and you're getting this jackpot. And this week, things are going to get a lot easier for you. Stay out of it, okay? That's what Spirit keeps telling me. Stay out of it, stay out of it. Now, over here on the path of the Serpent, we've got some interesting fire energies, okay? The Ten of Wands is, well, I think it's very much related to the Nine, okay? Because the Nine is your ability to make a promise and fulfill it. If you're out there writing checks, you're going to make sure the money's in the bank somehow. If you are committing to things and promising things and taking an oath, and if you are devoting yourself to something, you're going to do it. You're going to get it done, right? That can be very taxing. The Ten of Wands is sometimes a depleted energy. You may have been feeling more fatigued lately. Well, yeah, you've been in a pressure cooker. You're probably tired. You're probably overheating. You probably feel like you kind of have like a low-grade fever all the time, It just seems kind of uncomfortable. I think you've been wearing yourself very thin. You've been pushing yourself too hard. Burning the candle at both ends kind of thing. Well, it's because this is a meaningful endeavor for you. Okay? But what we see through this jackpot energy, this Wheel of Fortune, this universe card, I kind of feel that this is something that the success and satisfaction that you feel with this, right? That you're going to be, by the end of the week, let's say, you're going to feel recharged. You're going to feel just revved up, ready, enthusiastic. You're going to have this vital energy, this zest and zeal about you. You're going to feel like a kid again, It's like all your energy is being restored to you, and you're going to be ready to go out and just dive into other things and just to enjoy life and do whatever else is coming next. But the Ten of Wands is important because when we're in the pressure cooker, we start to feel like, okay, something better change because I just can't take it much longer. And that's the Ten of Wands. We're at the extreme, right? We're being stressed here to the max, right? And there is an implication in this card about asking for help. I don't think you like to do that. I think that, in some ways asking for help may feel like we are admitting that we couldn't do it, right? And so I see that you're the one who is, you're kind of, you are motivated in a way by those naysayers, by the critics, right? The critics just make us work harder. Yeah. And so in some ways it is to prove them wrong, I guess, but really it's to prove ourselves right. I'm going to prove that I can do it. Someone tells me I can't do something, watch out now, right? So I feel that's your energy, but I feel like we've got to be mindful of what kind of toll it's taking on you physically. Maybe you've been having this kind of chronic fatigue for a while now. This is the pressure cooker. I don't know if this is work, if this is school, if this is just life, if this is relationships, creativity, spiritual life, or anything else, right? Maybe it's just everything together. Your general energy, that's what this card is. Your general energy feels like it's waning. It feels like it's getting kind of low. Okay. So we need, thankfully, we need the restoration of our energy, and I think that this week you're going to get that. And it's almost like, could have come at a moment too soon. It's like, did Spirit do this on purpose? Waited till you were this low on gas before, gas station appears out of nowhere. It seems a little uncanny, right? But I believe that's what's happening. I believe that, you've maybe been feeling that you've been in this pressure cooker for so long, you started to wonder if it would ever happen, right? Well, sometimes we get that universe card and we feel like the world is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We're having a realization, almost an existential crisis, that the world is a vast place. And if the world keeps getting bigger, the distance between stars is getting larger. And we feel more separated from people. And we feel more and more alone. We feel more and more as if I better give this everything I've got. I better find my reserve gas tank here because there's no help in sight. There's nobody around. We're out in the middle of the desert. I haven't seen a car in days. I haven't seen a gas station in days, right? I've got to give this everything I've got because there's no one and nothing around that can help. I feel like Spirit's putting all the right things in your path right now. So just when you think you're done for, there's the gas station. There's the family driving by in the station wagon that just happens to have some extra snacks to share with you or something, right? Everything that you need is going to be appearing on your path right when you need it. We have to have faith and hope and trust. We also have to put in our effort. Remember, we've got to do our part if we want Spirit to do its part. And that's what I think this jackpot really is. I think it is, you're getting the green lights, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever been sort of running out of gas in your car. The gas light comes on, you think, uh-oh, right? And then you're sitting in traffic, and it's like, oh no, I'm in traffic. There's no way I'm going to get the gas. There's no way I'm going to get to the gas station before the car dies, It feels like it's that kind of situation. And it almost feels hopeless. It almost feels like we've already lost, but you're still sticking it out. You're still doing it anyway, right? And if you just sort of have faith, hope, and trust, you put in your very best effort, Spirit's going to clear the road and give you all green lights. And there's the gas station. Perfect timing. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune really is. The Wheel of Fortune is divine timing. It is Spirit's wristwatch, right? It's the cosmic timepiece, and Spirit says, well, Libra's got maybe another few minutes. We're going to go right down to the wire. And it's as if you're pushing your vehicle as much as you can. You're pushing your energy as hard as you can until there really is just nothing left. And that's when the miracles happen. And that is going to feel like this Nine of Cups feels. The Nine of Cups is happiness. It is jubilation. It is joy in the environment. Okay? I think you're somebody who really does appreciate the good things in life. I think you appreciate good friends. You appreciate good food. You appreciate abundance. You appreciate love. Yeah. You're somebody who gives a lot, right? And I think you're somebody that can really appreciate a lot. You work hard, play hard kind of thing. I feel like you're a light that walks into the room. I feel like when you're around people, they really can't help but smile. that you are a very optimistic person. Even in this situation, I feel like you never lost your humor, you know? This card is about abundance and joy on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. You're recognizing this big jackpot, this moment, this week, I think, is one where you're going to rest your body and recuperate from all of this pressure cooker sort of stress, right? You're going to take care of your body. I think you're going to count your winnings. I think that you are going to enjoy time with family and friends. I think that you are also feeling a return of your creative energy, because we see that at the end here, also with the Princess of Wands. Now, with the Ten of Wands and the Princess, maybe it's felt like you're just all out of ideas. You know, that the Ten of Wands, I don't know what else to do. I'm all out of I have no more creativity left. So I'm just going to push as hard as I can. I can't think of what else to do. Right? And I think this is the key. But then we see with that Princess, we see that your creative energy is returning, that your zeal, right? That your enthusiasm, that you're being filled with this creative energy again. And I think you're going to just be running wild with more projects, more activities. And especially if this is a big win that I sort of think it is, because I look at this as the really miraculous solution to a very dire problem, you know. And I think maybe it's financial. This is a really welcomed miracle solution to these financial problems, and I think it's going to open the door for a lot of new projects for you, a lot of new opportunities, right? And it's kind of you know, when you're just so tired and you're just broken and you have nothing left. But then as soon as you cross the finish line, suddenly you have energy to jump up and down and celebrate and holler and run around in circles, you know, with this jubilation. Where does that energy come from, right? Well, it comes from spirit. It comes from the relief, really, you know. And I feel like this is what your week's going to be like. Okay. I really do like the Nine of Cups, especially next to a Nine of Wands, because it's showing that you are absolutely committed to living your best life. This is you living the dream. And this is you having that commitment. You know what the dream is. And you're not giving up no matter what. Right? You're following your bliss. You're pursuing your happiness. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming, right? This is the will that keeps on willing. No matter how depleted you get, it's kind of like, I'm going to take one more step, you know. I really do. I'm so thankful that we have these major arcana in the middle of the reading today, because it's finally that this trip, this journey, this push is wrapping up. This is the card of completions, right? That things are wrapping up in a very prosperous way for you. And it's gonna happen this week. The next card is the Builder. This is that slow, steady energy. In some ways, I think when we're on the path of the dove, we don't want this card anymore. Because this is the card that says one step at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time, right? I'm showing up every day. I'm putting in the work. I'm being very, very consistent. I think you don't want to see that card, because as the universe card tells us, you've been doing that song and dance for a long time now. So it's kind of like, I don't want to even see another Prince of Pentacles. You know, I don't want to hear that again. Just take it 1 day at a time. 1 step at a time wins the race, right? Yeah, I've been doing it for years. I'm tired now, you know. But once we get over here, once we get to the path of the serpent and we've had this experience of this easiness, suddenly there's no friction. Suddenly there's no resistance, right? When all the lights turn green, it means there's nothing holding you back. There's nothing pushing back against you. There's nothing slowing you down. It's like suddenly you're in a world where there's no wind resistance, there's no drag, there's no gravity, no friction, right? And so it feels so easy, right? So then we realize over here that, hey, I want this card again. I'm ready to, yeah, let's do it. And these two get together and they're off building the next thing, right? We've got all of this now, this new material that we're ready to convert to energy, matter to energy, energy to matter. Okay, I think this is energy to matter to energy, right? Energy to matter to energy. So it really is this. It's not a miracle, right? It's physics, right? It's not a reward for good behavior. It is just the natural flow of energy that you're putting in. You're putting in work. You're getting, you're getting the reward. You're taking that reward. You're putting it back into energy, and it's converting directly to energy. Now, we've got the new resources. You've got this level up. You've got this jackpot. What are you going to do with it? I feel like you're somebody who's going to have a surge of creative energy very, very soon. I kind of feel like the end of the week or the beginning of next week, a surge of creative energy. Yeah. And the stamina, the will, the perseverance, the commitment, right? The resolve to put in all of that effort now. The Princess of Wands is full of all of these creative ideas, wants to go and start a million different projects at the same time, These are cards, I think, in the present term. They think right now. Right now, I feel an impulse to do X, Y, Z. Okay, so I feel like towards the end of the week, I kind of want to say that you're probably going to want to initiate a few different things. Go ahead and start 5 or 6 new projects, right? Whatever you're sort of feeling in the moment, put in a little work. Start building it. Start it. Do it. You feel the impulse? Start building it. Okay? And then maybe over time, you'll sort of narrow that down. You'll figure out which one of those things really wants to be your number one focus, But if you have all of these different impulses, you want to do 20 different things, start each one. Go ahead. You're being given the green light here to experiment, to explore, to start a lot of different things, see which one really speaks to you moving forward, yeah? Let's take a look at our mystery card before this reading becomes too long. I try to keep them at about a half an hour. I feel like that's kind of the limit for most people, but I don't know what we really need here. I feel like we don't really need anything. Maybe we shouldn't look at the mystery card today. Right? What if it's a challenge, right? Well, I think maybe you like challenges. I don't have really a prediction, except maybe it's going to be your power card, the Justice card, the card that rules the sign of Libra. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I should have known that too. Because we have the card here. These two are operating in the present moment. What we have with the Knight, all of the Knights, right? Look at the future. Yeah. So when this jackpot happens, when this ease, when this ascendance comes about, I think it's going to require, maybe not right now, maybe we wait till tomorrow or next week, but sometime very soon, you're going to have to take a look into your own future. Peer into your crystal ball. Look into your future and tell me what you see. Okay? Because I think it's going to look different. If you were to do this process, if you were to look into the future yesterday, your future would look a certain way. Maybe you don't think it doesn't look that great. Do it again. I think you'll see that your future is looking a lot different, right? And I think it gives us this feeling like anything is possible right now. That all of these impulses that you feel, all these new projects that you want to start, I feel like this is really you, like you're starting a lot of new things at once. I think that you're looking into the future and you're seeing that in any one of those could really, you could go all the way with any of those. Like that's not, it's one thing to just feel the impulse to start something. But can you really see it long term? Are you still doing it? You know, is it still something that's there in your life? And maybe this is some advice for the coming days and the coming week or two. When you do have these impulses to start a bunch of different projects all at once, maybe we narrow it down by really thinking long term, is that still something that you want to do? Because maybe we do need to sort of narrow it down a little bit at some point, you know. But I think that this jackpot with the Wheel of Fortune is changing your future. I don't think your future is at all what you may have thought it was. It may have felt like it was starting to get kind of dim. Look again. Look into your crystal ball again. I think you're going to see the future you want. Okay? Now we're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Libra Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.